This is what happened on the live this morning was that we were going through. See, if you read the script of Frozen 4 backwards, you can visit other planes of existence. Okay? So first you have to generate the script of Frozen 4. And this is what happens. Me, Silverhead High. I was eaten by a dragon and crapped out here. Now I have two kids and I'm a husband. Family man, as it were. Okay, so I go to Elsa and I say, "Hey, Elsa, you listen to me." She's like, "I'm not gonna listen to any man again in my life." And I said, "Well, what kind of antagonist would I be if I didn't make you try and do something that you didn't want to do?" She said, "I'm sorry, but your material threats have mean nothing to me because I live in an immaterial, like a semi-material existence here in my Arctic base." My G.I. Joe Arctic Base Fortress of Solitude. Say hi to Superman for me. Okay. Uh, so anyway, so then she's like, if you want someone, I thought what are her weaknesses? She has a sentimental attachment to a snowman, and then her sister Anna is dispowered. Although she keeps saving her, which I guess determination is a superpower, as we discovered. So I go to Arendelle Castle and I say, I'm going to take everything in this castle, sell it for $1 each, and make $1 million because there's a million things in the castle. And that way I can do it off of Marketplace. I'm going to sell individual things off of from your castle on a marketplace. And Anna refused. I tried to sell. I sold a sword, okay, a tea set, and a rice cooker for $5 a piece, and the tea set was a steal on my part because I should have just charged $1 for it. But the point is that I got caught red-handed, as it were, because they painted everything red, and then so red was on my hands. So they knew who it was. It was me. So I said, "Well, you could." They put me in their jail, which that's not very Disney of you. And that's more like Aesop's Fables or the other guy of you, Hans Christian Andersen. Who's the other guy? Owen Wilson, Orson Welles, Orson Welles. Who's the other? What's the one with the statue is gold, and then it's like the Giving Tree, where the statue's like, "Here, take my gold skin, my jewels, my everything, because you need it, and now I'm nothing but a husk." Oscar Wilde. So then I said, I will rain down orc armies upon you, except orcs don't listen to me. Okay, they don't. I was never a big leader in Wizard Town, USA. Kind of just kept my head down and, did some funny stuff. I think I survived because I was funny, not because I was particularly strong or skillful at magic arts or swordplay, although I can do those things to some degree of skill. Uh, so the orcs come because I convinced them that there's riches to be plundered. So the orcs sack Arendelle, and Anna calls. Meanwhile, Elsa tries to get Superman's help. Anna calls in an Avengers of Disney princesses to help defend. And this is where I was talking about the Little Mermaid and how originally she had no top on because it was a Hans Christian Andersen tale, and then they had to put a top on her for the kids' books. But it wasn't originally a kids' tale because mermaids can be quite vicious and eat you like a siren. And so, uh, and also there was the animators of Little Mermaid would put Ariel without a top and then put it in the middle of all those cells with her with a top on, and just laugh and laugh and laugh, which isn't appropriate. And I'm sorry, Disney, that that happened to you. That poor, poor company. Anyway, uh, yeah, so Ariel is patrolling the Bay of Arendelle, and so she eats orcs and then gets up on the beach because she swallows them whole. She unhinges her jaw, swallows the orc whole, and then like spits out the bones. Originally, she craps out the bones like no, she spits them out like owl pellets because she's just got a fish anus, and you can't crap a bone out of a fish anus. Have you ever seen a fish anus? They're tiny. Okay, even if like a human-sized fish, there would still be a tiny anus. Wait, no, it would be the same size as a normal. Well, you couldn't put a bone. You couldn't crab out a bone anyway. So yeah, it would have to be owl pellets. So she, okay, hacks up all the armor and other pieces of indigestibles. onto the beach, and the beach is literally festooned with bones and armor and teeth and different things that she couldn't digest. Although she does have a very acidic stomach, so some of those softer metals manage to pass their way through the system, which is going to bite her on the ass later, on her anus later, because the soft metals can sometimes cause cancer. So, but that's another story. Okay, that's in Frozen 5. The Avengers continue. So, what am I trying to say now? Oh, yes, and then there was Mulan and Kristoff. You see, what happens is Kristoff starts fighting alongside Mulan, develops feelings for Mulan, and realizes that he's gay. Or he's still got feelings for Anna, so maybe he's bi. He's figuring it out. But Mulan is like, look, I'm just dressing like a man so I could join the army. So, like, I like you, but like, I think this is false pretenses. I can't be who you need me to be. Okay? Because Kristoff realizes he likes men. Sven knew all the time. Animals have an uncanny sixth sense about who you like. I can't say bang anymore because my wife doesn't like it. But she's got a good point. I suppose if a man looking with my countenance said words like bang and was making references to sexual things, that's off-putting because I'm supposed to be like, what's the word? Because this is intimidating when my words and actions can be non-intimidating, and therefore evening it out. So if I use words like bang, that gets me back on the intimidating scales, as it were. So the orcs are eventually beat back by the Disney Princess Avengers. Tangled Lady uses her hair. Ariel eats a bunch. Okay, she calls a whale over, and the humpback whale eats the orcs and then spits them back out. And they realize they have more in common with the people of Arendelle than not in common. So the people of Arendelle and the orcs all decide to sell everything in Arendelle Castle for $1 on Marketplace. Except, weirdly enough, they just kept selling it to each other. So they're passing the same goods and services around to each other for the same $20. And they do that for quite some time until Frozen 5. Kristoff has a heart-to-heart with Anna about his feelings towards Mulan. And Anna realizes that she hasn't been putting a lot of time into the relationship. And Elsa just hangs out with Superman all the time as my Deus Ex Machina, who I didn't need because everyone decided to sell everything on Marketplace. So that's what happened in the live this morning. That's what you missed, as it were. And so now that we have the script to Frozen 4, we can transcribe this and then read it backwards, and you'll be able to access other higher planes of existence.